Keeping an eye on massive security concerns as well. We are putting tails on the big story today, which is Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, will be launching his manifesto. And this is just a raft of other stories that we have for you. But Emmanuel To is actually on that particular bit this morning. Emmanuel To joins us from the City Center studio. Emmanuel To, good to see you. Good morning. What are you learning today?
Good morning to you, Dibal. Of course, it is a big day, another big day for Azimio One Kenya coalition political party presidential candidate Raila Odinga, who was yesterday cleared to run for office for the 5th time. And today he's launching his manifesto at the Nyayo National Stadium at around 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. But that process will begin from 4 p.m. where the guests who've been invited will be seated to wait for that very important event. And of course, what we expect him to launch is something we've seen him or heard him say in the campaign trail about the 6,000 shillings that will be given to the less fortunate in the society, about free education, about creating jobs for the youth, and all that is there to be said in the campaign trail. But today, the ODM leader, of course, who was also the flag bearer of the Azimio ticket, is going to launch more in terms of that and just keep everything formal, if I could say that, with about 63 days left to go to the August 9 contest. And of course, we'll be there to give you those details. Yesterday, he was cleared by the IEBC, or the Presidential Returning Officer, Wafula Chebukati, to run for office for the 5th time. And yesterday, we saw that magic 5, of course, take over the country. And of course, he's launching his 5th stab at the presidency, being the 5th candidate to be cleared by IEBC, and of course, running for the 5th time, and of course, seeking to become the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. But that will be made clear when that election will be called. And I remember his competitor, close competitor, Deputy President William Ruto, who is the UDF flag bearer, was also cleared on Saturday to also run to that for that office. And of course, both lines are now ready. Both squads, if I could use that time, are ready for the showdown that is expected in a few months, about 2 months to go. And of course, today we also expect that the IEBC will continue with the process of clearing presidential aspirants who are seeking to be presidential candidate in the August 9 general election. Today we have the last 3 who've been scheduled to be interviewed and of course present their documents today at the Mombasa of Kenya, where the IEBC is conducting that clearance process. And I'm talking about Jimmy Wanjigi of Safina Party, Njeru Kadhangu of Ford Asili would be the last one. And of course, at around 2 p.m. we'll be having Mudhiora Kiriara, an independent candidate or aspirant. But something very critical is that no independent aspirant has been cleared yet. And of course, that is something that has been a talk of town, because we have seen so many of them presenting their papers, but the lack of signatures has been one big hindrance for them to go forward or just make it to the next step. And we saw yesterday Ekuro Court, Third Way Alliance party leader, saying that he's going to move to court today to contest the clearance of Raila Odinga as the president, to also saying that Raila is being backed by the state, and of course that the Azimio does not have the natural members. I'm talking about the individual members, just like me and you joining a political party. Remember, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition political party is a party which has been formed by other party, 26 constituent parties. And of course, but the eyes will be on Jimmy Wanjigi today to see whether he's going to be the first presidential aspirant to be cleared from the Mount Kenya region. Remember, Mwangi Waria tried, but he did not go through. But the mountain, which boasts of about 6 million votes, does not have a clear front run, of course, or a presidential candidate. But today, we'll be knowing that in just a few minutes. So that is what we expect today, and much more in the political front, Dibal.
Well, so we have Ekuro Court, who has moved to the courts as well to challenge, his non-clearance by IEBC as well. Do you have any sort of idea how that will pan out so far? Do you have any information, and maybe something we can look forward to on this development?
Well, we're just waiting to hear whether he's going to present those papers or lodge that case in the High Court today. But we are keeping tails on that subject, but we'll be giving you more details. But from what we know is that he's contesting Raila Odinga being backed by the government or the state. And these are some of the complaints that have been raised by the Kenya Kwanza team led by the Dr. William Ruto, saying that he has all characteristics of a state project. But the Azimio team has always stood by their candidate, saying that he is a man that he is made by himself. He is a man that has no way that he can be supported by the government, but that is subject to the jury still out there for that. But Raila Odinga is still campaigning. We've seen the president backtrack in terms of campaigning for him because he had actually said that he is the most preferred candidate for Kenyans, but we've not seen him on the campaign trail. But that is subject to what is going to happen today. But when he does that, be sure to catch it right here at KTN News, Dibal.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Manuel Told there. And even as some others are in the clear and others are not, the clearance process for giving